get a cup of coffee without having to ask Philippe first. Two figures caught her attention, one slender and one burly, and her breath caught. It was time. She sipped her drink as the two men walked over. Her contact had assured her there was nothing to fear, but Jana could hardly believe that right now. Philippe didn't make threats idly. He always followed through. No matter what her contact said, she had yet to see anyone stand up to him and not regret it. The two men stopped in front of the table, and Jana looked up last. It took everything she had not to swallow nervously. "Hello, Philippe." Her voice trembled slightly. For a moment, she witnessed every ounce of his fury. Then it melted away into a smile. Somehow that was even more chilling. How had she not seen how evil he was right from the start? "Jana." His voice was smooth. He sat, and for the first time she noticed all of the little things that didn't fit his image. He was the slightest bit awkward in his debonair movements. His hair had a bit too much pomade, and his face wasn't nearly as handsome as he pretended it was. His Rolex didn't fit. For all that Philippe tried to be one of the CEOs whose magnetic personalities transcended average looks, he wasn't one. He was someone who got what he wanted because he had the self-assurance of a kid who'd always been rich, and he'd learned to smile well enough, keep his temper under control enough of the time to make a good first impression. He looked at her. "You know why I'm here." "I don't." She felt a thrill at her defiance. "I told you I'm not coming back, so it must be some other reason." The annoyance passed across his face again, but they were in a public place, and he wasn't going to show his true self here. "We both know you're going to come back." His tone made her skin crawl. "So, you wasting my time by pretending you aren't going to is not making me happy." "I'm not coming back." She looked him dead in the eyes. "You are." He leaned close and beckoned to her, trying to get her to lean in. His face got ugly when she didn't. "You are," he repeated, "because you know what will happen if you don't." Jana looked down at her drink and hoped like hell her contact knew what they were doing. Her life was about to be miserable if they didn't. Philippe said quietly, "I told you that." "I remember." "Really? Because you're behaving as if you don't." He cast a look up at his bodyguard, who had to be the ugliest man Jana had ever met. Jana had only ever known him as Scar, because he refused to use any other name. A long, puckered, angry red scar ran across his face, making one eyelid droop shut. His perpetual scowl sat on a face that had been strained by steroids and party drugs until his skin was blotchy and every vein stood out. When he was cruel, as he delighted in doing, and as Philippe gave him ample opportunity to be, the look of pleasure in his flat blue eyes chilled Jana to the bone. She'd known dozens of homely people, but Scar was the only one she'd seen who was truly ugly. He was the sort whose brutality made it impossible to tell how he looked when he was younger. Now he smiled at Jana, and every hair on her arms stood on end. Philippe said casually, "I told you that if you didn't come back, I would give you to Scar here to do whatever he wanted. He has some very interesting ideas in that regard, and quite a few friends." He sounded almost eager for Jana to turn him down, so he could hand her over to the terror that awaited her. Surprisingly, Jana felt a calm descend over her. Suddenly her contact didn't matter at all. All that mattered